In this video, we're tackling least common multiple and greatest common factor. Two skills that show up all the time on the ACT, and as a math teacher, I've taught these concepts for years, and I will walk you through step by step the exact way to solve these problems so you can save time and boost your grades. For this first question, a bell rings every 12 minutes and chimes every 30 minutes. If they ring together at noon, when will they next ring together? Well, we have our answers at 12:24, 12:36, 12:48, and 1 o'clock. If they ring together at noon, that is 12 o'clock. So we're looking at when they next ring together. And, well, how do we do that? Well, we start with the GCF is really just the lowest power of shared factors, while the LCM, or the least common multiple, is the greatest power of each factor. And for these first two problems, we'll be looking at LCM. But in order to do LCM, GCF, you just got to do your classic factor tree. You can't get around it. So we can break this down. We got 12, 2, and 6, and then 6, 2, and 3. This will leave me with 2 squared times 3. Over here with the 30, we got 2 and 15. We've got 3 and 5, and we're left with 2 times 3 times 5. Now, we're looking for the least common multiple because we're looking at intervals not smaller than 12 minutes and 30 minutes, but intervals past 30 minutes, intervals past 12 minutes. Now, in order to find our least common multiple, we just have to take the greatest power of each factor. Now, what is the greatest power of the factor 2? Well, it is 2 squared. And what's the greatest power of the factor 3? It's 3. The greatest power of the factor 5? 5. That's just 5 to the 0 power, I guess, at that point. So if we multiply all these together, that's 4 times 3 times 5. That's 12 times 5, which is 60. And 60 minutes after noon is 1 p.m. So it's not hard if you know what you're doing, but that's the thing, you gotta know what you're doing. This is the video for you. 3 machines shut down for maintenance every 8, 20, and 40 hours. After they shut down together, how many hours later will they shut down together? We got 40, 80, 120, and 60. We just have to do the exact same thing as the last problem. We have to break all these down doing the factor tree, and that shouldn't be too hard of a deal. We have 20. That's 2 and 10, and then 2 and 5. We have 40, which is 2 and 20, and we've already just broke down 20. So we've got 2 and 5. And so what are our values for our prime factorization? We have 2 to the third, 2 to the second times 5. We have 2 to the third times 5. What can we do? We take the highest factor of each, or the highest number of each factor. So what's the highest for 2? Well, it's 2 to the third. And the highest for the other factor, which is 5, is just 5 to the first. So what's 2 to the third when we multiply? It's 8 times 5. Our least common multiple is 40, because 8 and 20 both go into 40. And 40 times 1 is 40. Now we're looking at some different types of questions. A baker has 150 chocolate chip cookies, or I guess just chocolate cookies, not chocolate chip, and 180 vanilla cookies. She wants to make identical mixed cookie bags using all the cookies. What is the greatest number of bags she can make? Okay, so we're just trying to split up 180 and 150 into certain bags. We're looking here, this is when we're trying to split something up, this is a greatest common factor kind of problem. Now, what did we say about greatest common factor? It's the lowest power of shared factors. We're going to write that down here. The greatest common factor is the lowest power of shared factors. Lowest power of shared factors. Now, we have 150, we have 180. We have to do the exact same thing. We have to break them down. 2 and 75. It should be 5 and 15. It should be 3 and 5. And then 80 here should give me 2 and 90, 2 and 45, 5 and 9, 3 and 3. So we're looking for the lowest power of shared factors. I should probably write out the prime factorization down here. 2 times 3 times 5 squared, and then 2 squared times 3 squared times 5. The lowest power of the shared factor of 2, well, we have 2 squared and 2 to the first. The lowest power of shared factor 2 is just 2 to the first. The lowest shared factor of 3 is 3, and the lowest shared factor of 5 is 5. As you can see here, we have 5 first, 5 at the second. So what we have to do is multiply 2 times 3, which is 6, and that will give me 30. So that means I can split my cookies into 30 different bags, and it'll be perfectly fine. So we move on to this last one. A coach has 72 soccer cones and 48 jerseys. What's the greatest number of identical practice groups he can make using all this equipment? I highly encourage you to try to do this on your own. But you can pause that and do that now. But too late of a chance now. We're going to go ahead and get started. This is a GCF problem because we're trying to split this all up. I can take 72, I can split this up, I can take 48 and split this up. I'll take a moment to do that now. We have 2 and 30, lagging, 2 and 36, 2 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 3. And so what's my prime factorization? It's 2 to the third times 3 squared. And then 48 here, don't you just love that 8? 2 and 24, 2 and 12, 2 and 6, 2 and 3. We have 2 to the fourth times 3. Now, what is my lowest amount of shared factors for 2? Well, that's 2 to the third. And then for 3, it's just 3 to the first. So what's 2 to the third? That should give me 8 times 3, which will be 24 different ways that we can make all these identical practice groups for soccer. Thanks for listening. Hope you learned something. Check out some of my other videos. And you can leave a like and subscribe, I guess.